They say if you chase something, it runs. But what if the thing you're chasing is a person? What if every message, every compliment, every good morning text you send is actually pushing her away, not pulling her closer? That's the silent trap most men fall into, believing effort equals attraction. But attraction doesn't work like that. It never has. Let's be real. The harder you chase, the faster she fades. You start to notice the difference in her replies. Shorter sentences, longer response times. The excitement that once felt mutual now feels like one-sided hope. And the worst part? You think the solution is to try harder, but that's exactly what kills the spark. See, the moment you start chasing, you subconsciously put her above you. You signal that her validation matters more than your own peace. And women, whether consciously or not, feel that imbalance instantly. It's not arrogance, it's biology. People are drawn to confidence, to calm, to energy that doesn't beg. When you chase, you move out of your masculine frame. You become reactive instead of centered. You stop being the man she was curious about and start becoming the man who needs her to feel valuable. That shift, invisible to you, is crystal clear to her. Think about this. The version of you she was first attracted to wasn't chasing anyone. You had purpose, you had momentum, you had your own rhythm. You texted when you wanted to, not because you were anxious about her silence. You laughed. Easily. You weren't calculating. You were free. The chase kills that version of you. But here's the twist. Women don't want to be ignored. They want to be desired by a man who desires himself first. There's a difference between indifference and independence. Indifference is cold. Independence is magnetic. It says, I want you, but I don't need you. And that difference changes everything. Let's dive deeper. Attraction is built on tension. Not drama, not manipulation. Tension. It's that subtle uncertainty that makes someone think about you when you're not around. When you chase, you remove that tension. You give away the mystery, the thrill of wondering. You turn the story from a dance into a transaction. And this is where most men get frustrated. They think, but if I don't show interest, won't she lose interest too? No. What makes someone think of you isn't how much you text them. It's how they feel when they do hear from you. You can send 10 messages and create 0 emotion. Or send one line that stays in her head all day. It's not about quantity. It's about energy. Every interaction you have either pulls someone in or pushes them away. And energy is the invisible force that decides which one happens. Desperate energy repels. Grounded energy attracts. That's why the most attractive people seem to do less, because what they are already does the talking. Now, let's break this down into something practical. If you're in a situation where you're chasing, step back, literally and mentally. Don't ghost her, don't play games, but give space. The kind of space that allows curiosity to breathe again. Silence is not punishment. It's presence in disguise. While you give that space, redirect your focus. Build your time around things that make you magnetic again. The gym, your work, your goals, your hobbies, your circle. Attraction grows in absence. When she senses you're evolving, the energy shifts back. You become the man who has something to offer beyond, attention. Let me tell you something harsh but freeing. When a woman feels you chasing, she stops imagining you. You become predictable. And what humans crave more than love is curiosity. If she already knows you'll reply fast, compliment endlessly, and be available anytime, the mystery is gone. But when you respond with purpose, when your life feels full, when your words carry calm, she starts thinking again, wondering again, missing again. Remember this. You're not supposed to convince someone to want you. You're supposed to inspire them to feel you. The most powerful attraction is silent. It's not a chase, it's a pull. And that pull starts with something most men ignore: self-respect. If you respect your energy, you don't offer it cheaply. You don't text for attention. You don't explain your worth. You show it through discipline, peace, and direction. Let's imagine two men, both like the same woman. The first one checks his phone every 5 minutes. He double texts when she doesn't reply. He compliments her every story, laughs at every post, tries to keep the spark alive through effort. The second man texts when he has something real to say. He's polite but not eager. He's consistent but not predictable. His life is full: gym, goals, brothers, dreams. Which one do you think she feels drawn to? It's not about looks or status, it's about vibe. The first man gives approval-seeking energy. The second gives already approved energy. And that difference is primal. Women aren't looking for perfect men. They're looking for safe confidence, the kind that says, "I'm good, with or without you." But don't get it twisted. Pulling back isn't manipulation. It's balance. You're not pretending to be busy. You're genuinely living a life that doesn't revolve around her response. That's what gives your attention value. The less available you are for things that drain you, the more powerful your presence becomes. Here's something most people never talk about. Attraction has rhythm. It's not constant. It's like music. Moments of sound, moments of silence. If you never allow silence, the melody dies. The pauses between your words, the days between your texts, they create rhythm. They make every note matter. Now, I know some of you will ask, so should I just ignore her completely? No. Ignoring is immature. Centering is mature. Ignoring says, "I'm trying to make you miss me." Centering says, "I'm too focused on becoming my best self to overthink this." The result looks the same, but the energy behind it is completely different, and energy never lies. Let's talk about what to do instead of chasing. First, build internal abundance. That means stop acting from scarcity. Scarcity says, "She's the only one." Abundance says, "She's amazing, but not the only amazing person out there." When you stop acting like love is rare, you stop settling for crumbs. You stop begging for attention. You start attracting people who match your peace. Second, master silence. Silence doesn't mean ignoring. It means knowing when not to speak. Every time you resist the urge to explain, defend, or chase, you're training your masculine energy. Silence is emotional control, and emotional control is rare. The rarer you are, the more valuable you become. Third, create attraction through presence. When you talk to her, be there. Don't think about what to say next. Listen, observe, speak less, mean more. Most men talk too much to fill the silence because they fear being boring. But mystery isn't boring. It's magnetic. Let her wonder a little. Fourth, reframe rejection. If she doesn't reply, it's not a loss. It's data. It's a sign she's not your match right now. Don't spiral, adjust. The right connection doesn't require convincing. When it's mutual, it flows. When it's forced, it fades. And finally, remember your value. Not as a concept, but as a reality. Every man has a unique frequency. His mix of calm, drive, humor, and vision. When you chase, you distort that frequency to fit someone else's rhythm. But when you stand still, when you stay grounded, your frequency becomes clearer, stronger. That's what people feel as presence. That's what she misses when you stop chasing. Here's the paradox. When you stop chasing, you become the person worth chasing. Because your energy says, "I'm good either way." And that's irresistible. Let's go even deeper. This isn't just about dating. It's about your relationship with yourself. If you always chase love, success, validation, it's because you don't feel complete without them. But if you build yourself first, love becomes an addition, not a necessity. You stop chasing because you already are what you're looking for. That's what every great man realizes. You don't attract by pursuit. You attract by presence. You don't beg to be seen. You build a life so full that being seen is inevitable. So the next time you want to text her again after she didn't reply, pause. Breathe. Remember, silence speaks louder than desperation. The version of you that chases is rooted in fear. The version that pauses is rooted in power, and power doesn't chase. It chooses. One day she might text again. Maybe she'll say, "Hey, where have you been?" And by then, you'll smile. Because the answer won't be a game. It'll be the truth. You've been busy becoming someone impossible to ignore. So stop chasing her. Start becoming the man she'll miss being around.